Hi guys. Okay, I have been having some humidity problems in my house. It's very dry in here. I am running one, two, three, four humidifiers. Oh, well, actually, five. In two separate rooms. The one room, the humidity stand pretty well, but I was noticing that with my water culture, okay, let's get this one over here. What was happening was the roots were staying really well in the bottom and the middle. And the issues I was having with my water culture in the house with the heat on, because I am in Ohio, it's really, really cold here. But what was happening was, even though I was misting the top of the roots of my orchids, that one doesn't have any new spot. Well, yeah, actually, I see something right there. But anyways, the top of the roots were staying very, very dry, and they were also almost getting to the point where they were drying and wanting to break. So what I did, and I done this with all of them except for three, because I did not have big enough pots, which I am going shopping today and getting some big 6-inch pots for my other three phalaenopsises. Phalaenopsises? Okay. But anyways, what I did was I have tons and tons of these styrofoam beads, whatever you call them, pieces. I put those at the bottom of my pots, and then I set my orchid down in, got her roots all snug, and then I just very lightly put the spag moss around. This plant has beautiful, beautiful roots. And then I just laid lightly on top. I have another orchid I can show you here what I'm talking about. But so these I'm is for air, and plus it can hold some water down in here for me to keep the plant hydrated. But like I said, I was having a problem with majorly the top of my roots. The top of the roots that are coming right out of the plant, okay? So this one, you can kind of see some of this is some root burn. But she's getting 2 new secondary spikes. This is my, she is a little white with pink in her. But I did this with her also. Now, I did not have a solid container to put her in. So this pot does have holes, but it's okay. She'll be alright. But she's got pretty good roots. Some of her roots are kind of crappy. But, I mean, all of a sudden, I just started having these issues. And I also did, this is my Hawaiian Passion Carmela VLC. She's a little seedling that I got, and I have been fighting with her from day one. I moved this tag. But as you can see, I did the same with her. Put the styrofoam down at the bottom, the packing peanuts. There I go. I finally found the right word. I've got 2 huge boxes of these packing peanuts from ordering online. But as you can see, she's got 2 new growths. One there and one over here. This is the farthest I have gotten with this plant. She has absolutely no roots. And but she is doing better. Normally what was happening with her, every time I would get a new growth, it would turn black and die. So she's doing really good. She's finally got 2 new growths that are looking good finally. So I'm hoping she's going to push out some new roots soon. And also, with this little seedling that I got in the summertime, it's my Dendrobium samukai. She is actually a green flowered orchid. She has a new growth down in there. You can see it. But all of her leaves started yellowing and falling off. But I did the same with her. Packing peanuts at the bottom. These are just some little tiny solo cups that I got. They have been working out really, really well for me. I was getting the taller ones like this. And then I found these and I was like, oh, I'm getting these. These are going to work great for some of the plants that I've got. So then I also did the same thing with my Dendrobium kikis. And this one has a new growth, 2 new growths. Whoops. And then there's the other new growth. Lots of nice roots coming out because when I got her, she did not have any roots at all. And I got her in the beginning of summer. So it took forever. And then these other 2 kikis are off of my Dendrobium kingianum, the purple one that I have. And they are growing new roots also, but also same thing, packing peanuts at the bottom. And I wanted to show you those. Some of my rescue phals that I have been fighting and struggling with all summer long, I have got new root growths popping out all over the place. I got new roots, I've got new leaves coming out, and I'm talking, this is, well, move that, all of my rescue phals. The poor little things, majority of them did not have any root at all. If maybe one if I was lucky when I brought them home and got them out of the package, but they all have roots like this growing on them. Now this one, I don't have her like that. She is, oh, I'm getting a glare, why? Okay, look at all of the new little tiny roots protruding out of the bigger root. She's all in sphagnum moss. Now I do have holes in this cup, and I've got them on the side and the bottom. I just watered, that's why everything looks kind of wet. Everything was getting kind of dry. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy. I want to take you in. I forgot to grab the one plant. Hold on, no, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with this other orchid. Okay, well, I really can't show you, but you can kind of see. But it was just like the top, I mean, the bottom of the roots are beautiful. And she has 2 spikes, 2 secondary spikes coming off the main. But her roots on the top, oh look. See, I can't let go of her because she's not. Looks like a little root popping out right there. Maybe a spike. I'm not sure. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Well, not really, because I can't get my camera to focus on what I'm trying to show you, and she's so covered up with moss, and I can't let go of her. I should have brought her, see if I can get, but anyways, it was just like the top of the root. The roots were really drying out and getting crispy. I was watering them every day, misting them every day, and it just wasn't enough. So I had to just get them down in some moss before all the roots just started snapping off and dying. And, you know, I have spikes on just about all of my phals right now. You know, it's wintertime, this is what they do. But I'm real happy with all my new root growths on all of my little rescue phals. Every single one of them have new roots like this popping out. So yeah, I'm really hoping this is going to help solve my humidity problem with some of the water culture that I was going through. I really hated to take them out of water culture because they were thriving in it. But with what I was seeing, you know, I mean, I had to do something. So this is what I done. And I want to inspect this a little better to see. It might be just a root coming out of there, right here. It looks kind of weird, but I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so that was what I am trying to do. And then that way, with the styrofoam peanuts being down on the bottom, it can hold a little bit of water. I have no holes in this cup. So, I mean, I know this bag holds a lot of moisture, but I needed something more. I noticed it on a lot, because my house is just so dry. I mean, I've got 3 humidifiers in my living room. Here, I will show you. I've got this one. Beautiful. And I've got this one and that one. That one's the only one running right at the moment. But I had to shut the other off. The others off. They needed to be refilled, and I just haven't got that far. I've been watering plants this morning. But if you look at the new little leaf right here. And then she has got all kinds of new root growth right there. Look at it. Cracks me up. I just love it, because I have been struggling with these guys for months and months and months. This one here, she doesn't have any secondary spikes at the moment, but I laid moss across this here root. But this was one that was really drying up quickly no matter what I did. So I just kind of lay the moss across, and it has really helped. It has really helped. I'm gonna have to wet that moss down again and then put it back on her. But she has, this was the leaf that I grew this summer, and then she's starting another little leaf. Now this one is not as big, you know, as the other ones, but she has really good root growth, and she was one that was really drying out badly on the top of her roots. So you know, you do what you gotta do. And that was what I came up with for my orchids in my house, in my environment, because it is very dry. I also got, I've had these little trays, and I had sand. Um, so I filled them with sand, and I've been keeping water in them. I know usually everybody uses the clay uh, pellets, the clay balls, whatever you call them. But I didn't have any, and I didn't want to order them just for that. The sand has been working out very well for me. My little Twinkle is on her last little bloom, getting ready to fall off, but she's doing really well. My minis are doing really well. These are the ones that I just got. And I seen, it was this one. She has a secondary spike coming out. I just love these little minis. I've never had minis that were so tiny. Because this one here, I believe it was a mini when I got her. But she got kind of big. Yeah, light issues. I've also been, this is another thing that I have been fighting with. I've had these two orchids had secondary spikes on them. This one here, she's got a new leaf. She had, she was infested with mealybugs when I brought her home. They ate her leaf, they started eating some of her crown. I saved her. I can't move her to show you the root because she's really weird, top-heavy kind of stuff going on. But I have her the same way. Styrofoam beads, down, tacky peanuts down at the bottom. But anyways, she got this long, beautiful spike, and every time, let's see, this isn't going to focus. No, it's not going to focus. But it gets to a really good point. I had two buds back here that blasted. They look really good, because like, see how good these look? They're pretty, they're shiny, they're plump. They grow, they get bigger, and then it gets to this point. Let's see if I can get a better shot from this side. And then they just dry up and fall off. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't understand it. This plant, these spikes, same things are happening. I also have her in moss. But I don't really understand it because I'm having, see this one here in waterculture? See how the top is kind of drying up and looking weird? This is one that I have to buy a bigger, I'm thinking a 6-inch pot for. She is in waterculture. The bottom of her roots look great. She is spiking, secondary spike. The bottom of her roots look great, but it's just, I'm having issues with the tops. They get really, and see, I just misted her really well this morning, and she's dried up already. But it's getting cracked. See how it's cracking? Looking weird. So I'm going to do the same thing, oops, with her. In a container with this bag and the styrofoam. But you know, it don't make no sense because all these blooms have opened for me. No issues. These, I've had others bloom that So it's those two phals over there, and I just don't really understand it, but it's just what they're doing. Look at my beautiful poinsettia. I repotted her. She's looking really pretty. I just love these colors. She is, well, she was flowering right there, but it's gone now. It's dried up. I don't know if any more are. And then I have my paper whites. I have them all in a bowl with my apple blossom Amarillo. She is bursting out. She is going to have, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buds. And then there's my secondary bloom spike on my paper whites. And then these are kind of starting to go over a couple of them. But these are just beautiful. And they smell like jasmine. I can't get enough of the smell. I would grow these in my house all year long if I could. And I might try it, who knows. But then I have a secondary bulb of the paper whites, and it's not budding or anything yet. But yeah. Okay, so that video was a little longer than I expected, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I mean, my orchids have only been like this for like maybe 4 days. I was gonna do the video, but when I was doing one of them, but I didn't. I was so busy and I was kind of freaking out, so. But yeah, that's what I've done, and I'm hoping it will get them through the winter. And hopefully the spag and the beads help save everything. Alright. You guys have a great day. Bye.